And what is up, guys? Technical Tinkers here, back at it, checking in the midday update at our little 3D print farm operation. If you're unfamiliar or new to the channel, welcome to all the new subscribers. I'm a small business owner. I have a business that has nothing to do with 3D printing, but I'm trying to see if this whole 3D printing thing works. So I'm doing it here at home first, and if I can scale this up and prove the concept, then I can move it into my big warehouse and we can take it to the next level. Subscribe to the channel and follow me along on this journey. Okay, let's see what we got going on today. So down here, P1P, 2 AMS units. We're doing some brackets for the Cobras. If you've been following the channel the past couple days, I've been doing some reorganization, moving the big printers up top. A lot of people were marking on, like, you know, those are gonna vibrate a lot. And yeah, I kind of saw that coming, so that's why I'm running them slow. I have the Cobras for their big build plate, not for their speed, even though they can go fast. So these are all running at 60 millimeters per second, and that's about as fast as I'm gonna run them. You know, maybe if I have to just roll the dice and I really need to like fill orders or something like that, then I can turn them up and tune them up, because I've got all these racks bolted into the wall. So they're actually pretty sturdy. Now, even, you know, it doesn't really matter how sturdy it is. These printers shake so violently, you know, but they won't harmonize and they shouldn't impact each other. And if they do, I can always move it around. Cobras 2, 3, and 4 and the Soval on our atomic bomb model. This is an art print, yes. I favor functional prints, but I really kind of want to see this concept through. Over here, we've got a prototype on the A1 of a functional print. I'm probably gonna wait until it's done to really kind of say what it is. But I was like in the shower or something like that and trying to think of, like, you know, what's a functional print? What's something everybody has? What is the stupidest functional print of the simplest damn thing? Because those things always hit. And I kind of came up with a concept, and that's what I'm doing here. It's, I mean, you can tell it's a pretty simple shape to start with. It's a circle. So I'll kind of like take a look at that here in the coming days. As far as other things go, we're getting quite set up here. Again, I'm putting my Orange Storm Giga there once it ships. And I've got a big clear tote here now. And this is kind of something I wanted to revisit, because people were asking about, well, you know, obviously keeping filament dry is of importance. And I noted that I got a little baby dehumidifier. Some people saying it wouldn't really work because, you know, I've got to heat it up to get sort of extract the moisture. I've got some germination pads. They're little heat mats. You've probably seen them. They're for starting seeds. They also sell them. It's the same thing for if you have reptiles, pet reptiles. You put them out there for them to heat up. So I might put one of those under here. But this is all my open filament. And what I did was I've got a couple of these Eva Dry. Link in the description below if you want to buy these. The reusable dehydrator things that sort of suck it out. But this little ProBreeze Dehu, it has a gentle sort of fan going. And that should kind of keep the air circulating in here, and it'll capture the water. And so I'm gonna leave this running and just kind of check on it every day. Yeah, I didn't expect it to really pick up much because it's pretty dry in here to begin with, and you know, the weather over the past, you know, probably month has been pretty dry. The hurricane was really the last rain we saw here. So I don't expect it to pick up too much, but just keeping that in there and circulating ongoing. Still need some storage solutions for the rest of my filament, my unopened filament. But we're tuning it in, and I'm kind of happy with how it's coming out. So that's the midday update for today. I'm gonna kick it over to my future self tomorrow morning to see what other cockamamie ideas I came up with, what printed, what failed, etc. I'll turn it over to you, future Matt, right now. It is the next morning, checking in on the status on things, making our way through the rest of the parts of the little boy atomic bomb, and the Soval completed, but it did run out of filament. Can you guess where it ran out of filament? Not sure why exactly it did this. The rest of the print looks great. These lines are a little, I guess I'll have to figure out what that is. But here on the top where the filament ran out and it stopped and I replaced it, it's the first time I did a filament replenish on it. But this significant gap here, I'm not sure why it didn't continue running after it ran out of filament. Because it stopped and there, you know, there was filament left here. So I can only assume it didn't skip lines, but it just didn't pick back up. So it just seems like that's, I mean, that just happens so often. Like I get to the very end of a print after burning all this filament that it screws up here at the top. And I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me why exactly that is and how I'm an idiot and I should never do 3D printing at all, but you know, whatever. Filament's cheap. You guys act like it's the most expensive thing on the planet. It's just, it's more of the time thing. The top layer does not look great, but again, this is, I know that I have to do post-production, so maybe I'm thinking I just like Bondo, or not Bondo, whatever the 3D printer equivalent of Bondo is. Maybe it's Bondo. And kind of fill this in and just kind of paint over it. Because again, it's a large model, does not have to be perfect. There's gonna be someone out there willing to pay at a certain price. Maybe, hope so anyway. So kind of a bummer there, but we'll see if we can make the best of it. Those are continuing to finish up. Did I do anything on here? No. A1, that didn't do anything on those over the course of the night, and we're still kind of organizing. And so the name of the game for today is continue to work on the printer area, just kind of do a final, hopefully get it completely tidied up. Got some other projects to work on, so I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to devote to it today. Doing some painting on another character model, because I haven't been running the P1P or the A1, and those really need to be running at least to kind of conduct some more tests, because with support settings, I was kind of lamenting, and people saying in the comments, I was talking about how there's so much conflicting information with support settings, because people, it's absolutely this, other people, it's absolutely that. Things that are total opposite, and some people saying, oh, it's a filament dependent, has every filament's the same. Some people saying like, don't listen to anyone because every printer and every filament is different. Everybody's got their own secret formula for what supports work. And that seems to be the case. So I don't know how much filament I burned trying to chase other people's support settings, but it was certainly an education. Not complaining about it at all, because I was kind of learning through that process, what the differences in top Z distance, what kind of difference that really makes, how many top interface layers, what kind of difference that makes, layer line width on supports, what kind of results you get from modifying that setting. It makes it look like it's got a disease, what I call them diseased supports, but they do fleck off very easily. I will say that, because the model that had those, the last model I was doing, that had those, like, it looked like Swiss cheese. I was like, oh my God, they didn't fail, and they just kind of rubbed off very easily. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now the model itself looked like shit, because because I guess maybe the top Z distance wasn't good enough, or the supports didn't kind of give it enough of a bed to lay the filament on, so that the model didn't look great, but the supports just rubbed right off. So that was cool. Additionally, yesterday I was talking about, I'm trying to get into functional prints, more functional prints, and I was thinking, and this is an original idea. Watch this be, anyway, I said it's a really stupid idea, but I kind of feel like, they say that the best songs ever written are the ones that people write in like 30 seconds. Some of the best products are the simplest things that just took no time to come up with. And I've had tons of ideas in the past that were super simple, off the cuff like that turned out to be great. The ones that I fuss over and think about and analysis paralysis over forever end up doing jack squat. So I had this kind of idea for this super simple thing, and I'm like, watch me print this and sell it, and it's gonna blow up. I'm probably jinxing it right now, but this is my idea. I printed it so thin, the prototype, that when I went to take it off the build plate, I actually crushed it because I'm so super strong. So it is obviously the bottom section of a cone that is hollow. And so I can't believe I'm showing this. The idea is it's an anti-drink tipping nightstand thingy. So how many times have you been in bed? Actually, you're 3D print people, so you probably don't sleep on a bed. You probably sleep on a cardboard box. I'm just kidding. Jesus, get some sense of humor, people. You're sitting in bed, and then through the course of the night, when you're thrashing around, having your night terrors about having to get a real job, your pillow falls off, and it hits the drink that you have on your nightstand, spilling it, destroying literally dozens of dollars worth of stuff or whatever around there. So you can just put your drink in my little doohickey here, and then you can just bat it and beat it around. Now, obviously, I'm using a water bottle that doesn't have a very high center of gravity. Man, that would have been sick if that would have hit, right? So how about this? Lots of basic white girls are into Stanley cups. I've not tested this yet. I'm hitting that thing pretty good, and this is super duper full of water, so yeah, that's that's the concept. A cone. If anyone's ever seen the movie The Hudsucker Proxy, very old movie, never was popular, but that's kind of the premise of the movie, is he had an amazing idea and he went to present it, and it was literally a circle, and it became the hula hoop. I'm feeling very Hudsucker about this, but guess I'll print a bigger version. I just wanted to print the prototype so I could put something in and bat it around and kind of showcase it here, and maybe I'll make dozens of cents of YouTube ad revenue showing it off, and so I could at least say I got something out of it. That's gonna imminently go up on that. That's the funniest thing. I've not laughed that hard in at least an hour. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Appreciate all the new subscribers, all the suggestions, helping me along in this process, and appreciate you watching me along in this journey. Be sure to like the video for more content like this. I am The Technicals. See you next time.